If you've never ridden a motorcycle before and you're thinking about getting one for this summer, taking your MSF course soon, I'm going to go over the basics, how to start riding. First, let's go over the controls. Down by our left foot peg right here, we have the gear shift. 1 down, 5 up. On our left, we have the clutch lever, which will engage and disengage the clutch, giving or taking away power to the engine. On the right side, we have our throttle, of course, and our front brake. And down by our right foot peg, we have our rear brake. Once you know kind of where all these things are, I think it's a good place to get on the bike, get started. All these things seem a little bit intimidating. Oh, I have to pull the clutch in, I gotta release the throttle, I gotta kick up on this little peg on my foot to switch gears. If you think about everything at once, it's a little bit confusing. So we'll start with the simple things. Get on your bike, put up that kickstand, turn the key. And for the sake of this, I will put us into neutral. We will pull in the clutch. I'm going to incline here, so I'm going to hold down my front brake while I do this. And we're going to kick up on the gear shifter, the half click into neutral. If you're on a Kawasaki, it's got a helpful neutral finder, so you can kick up as hard as you can. You're not going to go into the other gears. So from neutral, the engine is completely disengaged. We can put the bike in the ignition position and start it up. And we can give the bike gas, and we will not go anywhere. So to start, hold in your front brake, pull in your clutch, and we're going to kick down into first gear. So now the engine is engaged. If we let go of the clutch, the bike will start to move. If we let go of the bike too fast, we will stall the bike. Stalling the bike is nothing to be afraid of. It happens to everyone when you're getting used to the friction zone on the clutch. I will show you what it looks like if you accidentally stall the bike. Release it too quick. Oh, the bike stalled. It just jolts a little bit and stops, turns off. Nothing, no big deal. Keep your feet planted at your side and you're not going to be going anywhere. It's going to be completely fine. It happens to everybody. So, clutch in, bike is on. First thing you're going to do is just kind of get a feel for the friction zone. Slowly, and I mean slowly, release the clutch until the bike starts to pull it in. Just kind of rock back and forth, feeling where the bike starts to pull it in, and just get a feel for that. Okay, it'll start here, start to pull in the clutch. Rock back and forth a little bit until you feel comfortable with where that friction zone is. Next thing we could do, once you get a feel for that, is release the clutch, start getting into that friction zone, and just walk with the bike. Walk your feet next to the bike while keeping the clutch in the same spot. We're not going to let it all the way out. We're not going to let it all the way in. So the bike will keep moving. We're just walking our feet like a duck. Just kind of getting a feel for the weight of the bike. Pull in the clutch, gently apply the brakes. Do that a couple of times, maybe walk back and forth in a big empty parking lot like we're at right now. Just feel how the bike is. A little bit of throttle. I'm sorry, not a little bit of throttle. A little bit of clutch release until the bike starts moving. Pull in the clutch, gently on the brakes. And that's that. None of that was using any throttle. All the movement was just the engine power in the bike. Some bikes don't have enough torque to actually start moving without using the throttle. I think on a downhill, this little Ninja 500 can. So let me just hold in the clutch and point her in the right direction and start walking. This is, I remember what I started doing when I started riding after I took the MSF course, just sitting in a parking lot all day, kind of be on a little bit of a downhill, just at first, like this is day one, just got the bike, I'm feeling a little bit comfortable now. We're going to release the clutch super slowly, pick up our feet, and if you keep slowly releasing the clutch, no throttle at all, the bike can actually start going by itself. We are in first gear, I have not touched the throttle, clutch is fully extended, and just the power of the bike is keeping us going. If I were to turn around to go uphill, I'm pretty sure the bike would stall because there's not enough power to do it up the hill. So pulling that clutch, gently apply the brakes. That's one way to kind of start going. Once I got comfortable with that, I'd release the clutch. Same way, I'd pick my feet up, slowly release that clutch, no throttle. And I'm going. Okay, so I'm going. I could sit here, move the bike around a little bit, feel the weight. And then from this point, I would add a little bit of throttle just to kind of feel how the bike would start pulling when I added a little bit of throttle, give it a little bit of power. Let's turn around here real quick. Make sure no one's coming. So yeah, I'd sit in first gear. Okay, give it a little bit of gas. Let off the gas, kind of feel the engine brake, see how everything feels, because you want to do everything smooth. You don't want to be jerky. You want to keep everything nice and smooth. A little bit of gas, rock it back and forth, feel the weight of the bike. And I would just do that for a little bit. You know, I'd practice what I knew. I'd clutch in, gently apply the brakes, come to a stop. And I would just do that for a little bit. Okay, comfortable doing that. We're gonna start adding the throttle from a stop. So just a small amount. Small amount of throttle. When I say small amount, I'm talking about 5%, not even, just a little bit, just to get it going. So we're gonna be in first gear. We're gonna do the same thing, find that friction zone, 5% throttle, slowly release that clutch. Oh, I hear some bikers up here. And we're going. I would just do that a couple times. I'd come to a stop, and we turn around again here. Clutch in, gently apply those brakes. Find that friction zone, 5% throttle, and just gently release the clutch until you're going. And that was it. That's probably my first 24 hours when I got the bike. I would just sit in the parking lot, start, stop, go around, turn around, start, stop, pulling that clutch, gently apply the brakes. I just did that for the first couple hours so you get the feel of it. If there's ever a moment where you know, you feel like you're a little unsafe or you tug on the throttle too hard, just pull in the clutch. It takes away all power to the engine. You can rev all you want. You're not going to be going anywhere. Just don't forget that that's like your fail safe. Keep your fingers over that clutch when you're learning, because you never know. You might get spooked. You might do something and catch yourself off guard, and you just want to, okay, let's just shut this down real quick. So we've gotten comfortable with riding around a little bit in first gear. We can start and stop using the clutch, and we figured out how the bike feels for the most part. So now, think about, oh, let's try getting out on a real road, but if we don't know how to shift up in a second gear, how are we going to do that? Turn the bike off real here. So when you're in first gear, you're going, got the throttle going a little bit, hands are on the bars, your RPMs are going up a little bit too much, maybe 15, 20 miles an hour, and you want to shift up into second gear. The motion is you're going to release the throttle, pull in the clutch, kick up on your gear shifter into second gear, and while it's the same thing as when you're stopping, you're just going to slowly add throttle and release that clutch after it shifts. So you're going in first, release the throttle, clutch in, kick up, and then you're going to slowly release that clutch and add throttle at the same time. It sounds long, but it's really one fluid motion, kind of all at the same time. Clutch in, throttle out, kick up. Clutch out, clutch out. Clutch in, throttle out, kick up. Release the throttle, clutch in, kick up. So let's see if I can do this slowly and see how this works. So we're going, clutch out slowly, first gear. We're going, 15, 16, 17 miles an hour. We're going to release that throttle, pull the clutch in and kick up. And then slowly release the clutch while adding throttle. I'm going to turn around here so I could do this for you real quick. Going. Throttle off, clutch click. And then we're adding throttle slowly. It might feel a little jerky like that. It's actually kind of hard to do this slowly once you've kind of done it for a little bit. Let me turn around one more time. Make sure no one's coming. So we're going in first gear. Clutch in, no throttle, kick up. And just over time, you just do it a couple times, a couple hours, kind of figure out the smooth way to do it. first gear, going, clutch in, no throttle, kick up. It's like 3 things at once. And once you kind of get the feel for that, makes it a lot easier. Because once you, it's like, for me at least, when I was thinking about it too much, I was like, okay, clutch in, throttle out, kick up. Like I'd keep thinking those 3 things over and over and over, and then you keep practicing and you're like, as you realize, you're like, oh, this is kind of like everything at once. You kind of just, boop. It's like that same motion. Let me just turn around here, boop, boop, boop. See if I can get neutral. Nope, neutral. Hands are going, you're on the throttle. It's gonna be release, clutch in. It's that feeling, just release, clutch, kick. Release, clutch, kick. This motion, just over and over, essentially. Just, you wanna get that muscle memory. All right, so say you're going now, you're in 2nd gear. How do we get back down in the 1st gear? We're coming to a stop, how do we get back down in the 1st? So when you're going, you're in 2nd gear. To switch back down into 1st, the way that's taught, at least at the MSF courses, it's very similar to shifting into 2nd. You're gonna get off the throttle, pull in that clutch, and instead of kicking up, you're gonna kick down and back into 1st, or whatever gear you're in. And same thing, really. You're gonna add throttle and slowly release the clutch until your RPMs match what's good for the gearing. It might feel a little jerky because that's not the way most people shift. Once they get a little bit more experience, they do something called quick shifting, or not quick shifting, rev matching, or blipping the throttle, shifting down. It's just a little bit smoother. Definitely look like more like a badass, like you know what you're doing once you get all that going. But let's just give it a little example here. So we're gonna be in 1st gear. We're gonna be going, slowly release that clutch. We're going. Shift up into 2nd gear. We're in 2nd. And all we're gonna do is pull in the clutch, let go of the throttle, and kick down into 1st, and slowly release the clutch and add throttle again, back into 1st. It's a little bit jerky because I don't really do that either, honestly. Once that was one of the first things I started practicing. That'll be another video, but I was trying to rev match and blip from the beginning, which for me felt a little bit more difficult, but I think it paid off once I got the hang of it, just because I feel like it's a little bit slower to no throttle clutch. It just feels a little bit jerkier to go down from 2nd to 1st or 3rd to 2nd using that method of shifting, but by all means it's definitely doable. It's just a little bit more difficult to do, in my opinion at least. All right, that's I guess your day 1 introduction to how to ride a motorcycle. I might do a video on blipping or downshifting in more extensive detail in the next one. Good luck everybody, ride safe.